it up. And then, you can just see it out there. The retailers, people come running in there from the marketplace, and they come in, wow, I want one of those new Kodak instant cameras. I bought Kodak cameras for years. Please give me one of those new Kodak instant cameras. I want one right now. And the dealer says, sorry, I don't have one, but wait a minute. I've got this Polaroid camera here. Do you know if Polaroid invented instant photography? We're virtually in the position of selling your competitor's product, which is a very difficult position to be in. Now you have to ask the question, how can a company as professional as Kodak mess this up this fast? This is the same company that introduced the Instamatic on one day, one 24-hour period, in 147 countries around the world, simultaneously, and launched it flawlessly. How did they mess this up? What do you think happened? No, they had plenty of distributors. Plenty of distributors.
They didn't really believe in it. They didn't really believe in it.
That's a potential.
Overconfidence?
Overconfidence? Or you can imagine that maybe our primary business is conventional photography. You can imagine they put together a separate team. And this team was to launch the instant product. And they're going through all this, and they're really pushing hard to get it done in time. And our team was very explicit about the importance of the timing. You picked the two key events that were going to happen in 1976. So all the marketing people are out there, we got to get it launched, we got to do it, we're going to sell a lot of cameras, a lot more film, because, as you pointed out, of the Olympics and the bicentennial. So it's got to launch. And I think some of you have been in these meetings where the production person is in the meeting going, wait a minute, whoa, wait, whoa. We can't build it. And he or she was told,
figure it
out.
It's a good pro.
Or we'll find somebody who can. Right? We've got to launch. Go do it. And then, unfortunately, the production manager was right. They couldn't build it. So they didn't have the supply of the channel. Now, is this a critical mistake or just a study type?
It's a gigantic mistake.
Critical mistake? Do you think it will affect them for the rest of this battle?
I think it's a major, they've created the market for Polaroid, they've created a vacuum for Polaroid.
They're kind of following Chris's strategy of improving the category, at least temporarily. Now you've got to remember, this is a $5 billion company against an $800 million company. They're the world leader in conventional photography. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, across the way at Polaroid, Ed Land does a number of things that Ed has never done in his life before. What did Ed do different?
Improve the relationship with the channels.
He said, let's create some relationships, some channel relationships.
I think he followed our team strategy.
Yeah.
Did he not? Yeah. I love these phrases. He revolutionized previously frosty dealer relationships. Now, it's a lot easier to do when you're the only one delivering product and the competitor is not.
Well, he changed from being an entirely technology and product-driven company and culture to being a company and culture that realizes, oh yeah, we do have this thing called marketing and sales over here that we've got to pay attention to. The products don't just sell themselves.
So he started doing more advertising. He actually did some distribution deals. And he started paying attention to the dealers. So that was one thing he did that he's never done before. What else did he do? What else did he do that was different from what you would predict from his historical behavior?
Focus on launching new cameras before it goes to.
Oh, he's always good at launching. He's always been good at launching.
He had been looking at all sorts of fringe R&D stuff before. Now he's really focused
He's still doing it, yeah. I didn't want to say that too loudly, but he's still in the lab.
Started fixing on prices, so they started expanding on the higher end.
Look at
Which
this.
he
This is,
usually try to leave at cost.
he brought out 2 new cameras. Now historically, when he brought out new cameras, which direction did the prices go?
Down.
Right. Now he brings out the Alpha 1 and the Pronto RF, and they go up in price. Okay? How would you do that? Added features, up in price.
You want the only one in the market.
It's the only one in the market, that's one reason you might.
He's probably listening more to
Yeah.
cust.
Was this the start of that strategy we were discussing earlier about this convergence, where he was trying to add features to try to shift the landscape, because he probably knew instant pictures weren't going to last in their current form forever. So he wanted to ultimately unseize Kodak in its core business, core photography business, so he needed to start building a broader range of models with more features.
Okay, so that's another possible explanation as to what was going on. Okay? Another possible explanation. Sean?
That they were now trying to show themselves as a higher quality company
Yeah, they had historically been the only company, so they were the quality standard.
in face of the
So
competition.
clearly he's starting to send a consistent signal. Now, what is the one thing, the one type of battle that Ed Land must avoid with Kodak? Price. Now, if these two companies get into a price war, and they have equal resolve, equal guts, fight in the battle, who's going to win?
Kodak.
Kodak, no question. So Ed might also be aware, these are all hypotheses, of course, but Ed might also be aware, I do not want a price war with Kodak. So instead of starting to cut price and come down, he actually raises prices as a signal to say, look, let's fight this on a features basis in that product arena, not on price in the marketing.
He's also uniquely positioned to do that differently than before, because before he relied on external production mechanics for his cameras, whereas now he can do that internally, which means that he can take advantage of quickly realizing ideas in the assembly line and launching new product, which he couldn't necessarily do before.
Okay, because it takes a little longer when you're subcontracting. Good point. Okay, so take a look then at what's happening on page 2 here. What does our friend Walter Fallon say about what's going on in the marketplace? No new product in history has received the attention. We've shipped more than 1 million Kodak instant cameras by the end of the year. A bulk of them were taking place between now and the end of the year. So, some people said, well, maybe they hadn't shipped all that many just yet, but you also get some feedback from the marketplace, another signal. Volume of regular, back to Polaroid, volume of regular SX70 units tumbled 80% to 200,000 units. SX70 dollar sales fell from an estimated 140 million to 26 million. What's going on there? What's the market telling you? If you're Polaroid.
They like the new one.
We don't like the expensive cameras. The price is too high. We want a less expensive camera. Then, on page 3 here, Kodak continued to invest heavily in advertising and promotion. They raised their advertising budget from 1.1% to 1.3%. That doesn't sound like much until you multiply it times $5 billion. You realize they basically have no sales in this market. That's a lot of promotion dollars to put into this. And then what are all these legal developments? We're all about patent suits. First of all, do patent suits, the winners of patent suits in the U.S., have any bearing as to what happens internationally? No. You have to fight these in each country, all right? So why would Polaroid be so aggressive in all these other countries on the patent front? What are they trying to do?
To influence the outcome in the U.S.
No, it doesn't really do that.
Because not
Not to any significant degree, because the patent laws are so different. Yeah, what specifically is he trying to build as a barrier? What's he trying to keep them out of? distribution. Okay, first of all, who has the most powerful distribution network internationally?
Kodak.
That's not even close, right? Kodak, hands down. So Polaroid has to, as our team was doing, you guys, I think in round 2, went to a distribution, our Polaroid team went to distribution internationally. So you've got to get the best distributors. Now they're going to make a choice. They've only got so many dollars. They're going to bet on Kodak versus Polaroid. You've got to move the battle back in time. So you buy some time yourself in order to have time to sign up those distributors. So I want you to add one word to that handout that I gave you on competitive arenas, weapons, and signals. And that word is timing. Okay? Timing. Okay? And you may want to jot down this phrase. When you do something. When you do something can be as important as what you do. Say that one more time. When you do something can be as important as what you do. When it comes to strategy, timing is very, very important. When you use it. All right. At the bottom of page 3, we see some management changes at Kodak as far as I've ever been able to determine. Those were routine and were planned. So I want to go on now to V2. And from here on, I want you to notice the date that each one of these things takes place. V2, read just V2.